everyone, welcome back to my channel. Well, today we are going to solve one more interesting problem called Mahasena from Codechef. Don't feel intimidated while reading the problem. It is actually very easy. All you need to understand is the logic behind this problem. Let's begin by reading the problem. Okay. Kattappa, as you all know, was one of the greatest warriors of his time. The kingdom of Mahishmati had never lost a battle under him as army chief. And the reason for that was their really powerful army, also called as Mahasena. Kattappa was known to be a very superstitious person. He believed that a soldier is lucky if the soldier is holding an even number of weapons and unlucky otherwise. He considered the army as ready for battle if the count of lucky soldiers is strictly greater than the count of unlucky soldiers and not ready otherwise. Okay, if a soldier has even number of weapons, then he will consider that soldier as lucky, and if a soldier doesn't have even number of weapons, then he considered that soldier as unlucky person. So the thing is, if we have even number of weapons, if we have more persons who have even number of weapons than the persons who have odd number of weapons, then he considered it as ready for battle. And if it is vice versa, then he considered it as not ready. Given the number of weapons each soldier is holding, so this is what we have to do. You don't worry even if it doesn't understand to you. You can understand it while reading an example, while understanding an example. You don't worry about that. If we continue the question here, given the number of weapons each soldier is holding, your task is to determine whether the army formed by all the soldiers is ready for battle or not ready. So we have to determine whether the soldiers are ready for battle or not ready for battle. According to Kattappa, soldiers are ready for battle when even number of soldiers are greater than odd number of soldiers, and not ready when even number of soldiers are less than odd number of soldiers. That's it. Where even number of soldiers are nothing but the soldiers who have even number of weapons, and those are considered as lucky, and the soldiers who has odd number of weapons are considered as unlucky. So if the luckiest members are greater than unluckiest members, then he considered it as ready for battle. Coming to the input, the first line of input consists of single integer n denoting the number of soldiers. The second line of input consists of n space separated integers a1, a2 up to an. Okay. Where AI denotes the number of weapons that the ith soldier is holding. You don't worry about the input, you will understand it clearly when it comes to example, okay? Coming to the output, generate one line output saying ready for battle if the army satisfies the conditions that Kattappa requires or not ready otherwise. Coming to the constraints here, n ranges from 1 to 100 and AI ranges also from 1 to 100. Okay, understand the examples clearly guys, it's very important. Here we have at about four examples, 4 to 5 examples, okay? In the first example, if you observe, the input is 1. What is this? 1 is nothing but the value of n. So, means we are going to take the input only one time. So, the input that they gave is 1. So, if you observe, this 1 is an odd number. It means we have odd number of soldiers than even number of soldiers, okay? If even is less than odd, then we have to consider it as not ready, right? So the output will be not ready. Coming to the second case, here the n value is also 1, but this time we have even number. Okay, just even number means the soldier who have even number of weapons, and there are no other soldiers who have odd number of weapons. Even is greater than odd in this case. So the output is ready for battle. Okay. Yeah, this is an interesting example. Here observe, here the n value is 4, means we have to take 4 times the input. 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. It's very easy. All you need to do is how many number of even numbers are there and how many number of odd numbers are there. First count the number of even numbers. For example, in this example, how many even numbers are there? We have 12 and we have 14. Right? And coming to the odd numbers, we have 11 and we have 13. Both are equal. But even number must be greater than odd. Okay, so that's why it is not ready. Coming to the example 4, here the n value is 3, means we are going to take 3 values, 2, 3, 4. So here if you observe, even numbers are 2 and odd number is just 1. So in this case, even numbers are greater than odd. So we have to print ready for battle as output. I hope you are understanding the logic. All you need to check is whether even number is greater than odd or not. If it is greater than odd, we have to print it as ready for the battle, and if it is not, then we have to print it not ready. That's it. So if you go to this example 5, here we have 1 2 3 4 5. If you observe, here we have odd numbers are 1 3 and 5, and even are 2 4, means even is less than odd, so the output is not ready. All you need to check is whether even is greater than odd or not. That's it. So let's write this code. Coming to the coding part, let's take two variables to count how many even numbers are there and how many odd numbers are there. Okay, so let's take two variables. So if equal to 0 initially and odd also 0 initially. Now we have to take input, n as input. N is nothing but number of values that the user gives to us. So n equal to int of input. And here, if you observe, the input is given in arrays. See, the number of values are given in an array, okay, not in each and every line. So we have to take input by creating a list. So for example, lst equal to list of map of int comma input dot strip dot split. This instruction is nothing but it is taking all those values at the same time and it is creating a list. Okay, if you have any doubts regarding all these methods, if you want me to explain this instruction in detail, let me know by comments. I'll definitely make a separate video on it. Okay. After taking input, you have to check whether the given elements in an array are even or not. Even or odd, right? So you have to go for I in list if I mod 2 is 0, then we consider it as even, right? So even equal to even plus 1 means we are incrementing even by 1 just to check how many number of even numbers are there. Okay, sorry, else we are going to increment odd by 1, right? So this is the second step. First step is to take the elements directly in an array using list, map, strip and split methods. Okay, and later we are going to check whether each an element in an array is even or odd, and we are going to count the number of even elements and number of odd elements. And now we have to come out of the loop. Now we have even number of elements and odd number of elements. For you to understand, I'll print even and odd just to check whether the program is working or not. So I already gave custom input here. If I run, I have to get the number of even numbers and number of odd numbers. So if you observe in this example, here we have 2 even numbers and 3 odd numbers. So that's what we got. So hence it's working. So now what I do is I'll give condition if even greater than odd, print. You have to copy that as it is and paste it here. It's better to do that. If not, we'll get errors. Else not ready. That's it. Now if you run this, you must get even is less than odd. So if you run this, you have to get not ready. as output. Yeah, as expected. If you take, for example, ready for battle, let's copy this example and paste it there. Let's see. This time we have to get ready for battle. Yes. Okay, let's submit this and check whether it's working or not. Yeah, we can even do this like this. Instead of doing all these things, what I do is I'll write all this code in one instruction, like print ready for battle if greater than odd, else not ready. Let's see whether it is working or not. If it is working, then we will submit the code. It's working. Let's delete this and submit our code. Yeah, it worked. So I optimized the number of lines just by writing this one instruction. You can even optimize this even more if you think, okay, this is how you have to improve your programming skills. In this way, we can improve our programming knowledge. If you like the video, then hit that cute little like button because that motivates me to make more interesting technical stuff for you. If you are new to my channel, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon so that you'll never miss an update from me. Thank you.